Good morning, lads, lasses, and non-binary folk. I didn't realize this effect would cause my teeth to become beautiful and white, but it's kind of funny, so I'm gonna keep it. Happy New Year to everyone! Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu, as the Japanese say. How are you all today? I have become the New Year's mochi. It is I, the mochi of the New Year. How are you all? How are you? Sleepy? Me too, actually. I was actually gonna have this stream at 8, like I normally do, but I slept in. I also forgot to press the publish button on the stream last night, so I didn't even get it set up last night. Good thing I didn't, because I slept in. Granted, the day before, New Year's Day, I got up at like 4 AM to go to a very beautiful and scenic location near me to watch the sunrise of the year. There I met a fair few people I, weirdly enough, already know from my other adventures into local festivals. Not local festivals, regional festivals. So I ended up having a good time, chatting, waiting for the sun to rise. Wow, that looks so cursed. It looks like I'm wearing a mouth guard. Yeah, so I was very sleepy yesterday. Managed to stay up, as I always do, the whole day until the evening. Then I went to bed, and I slept in. Slept through my alarm. First time in a very long time. Must have turned it off without realizing. But yes, I haven't talked to you all since last year. Wow, it's been so long. I haven't talked to you since last year. My goodness, where have you all been? I haven't streamed since last. It's been forever. This morning I went to... Yesterday morning I went to the toilet for the first time in a year. It was crazy. My goodness. My goodness. Been so long. Been so fabulous. But yes. It has been good though. It has been good. I still haven't quite decided what I want to play next. It's a tough gig. But, you know, I'll figure it out at some point. Figure it out at some point. I need to close Twitter before I get distracted. I keep getting distracted by Twitter. Mostly because... God, it's terrible. I hate Twitter. That's not something that's changed. But yes, any New Year's resolutions, anyone? Anyone come up with some New Year's resolutions? I've never been a New Year's resolution sort of fella. I don't think I've ever really made a New Year's resolution. I've been asked, but I've never really had one. Usually, you know, after 3 months or so, like a month or two, the year sort of gets its own theme. I wake up when I'm listening to a stream and the streamer says goodbye. Fair, fair, fair. Yes, I didn't get much sleep on New Year's night, but I've done well. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna have to really... Let's wake you up with the wonderful smell? The wonderful sound of me blowing my nose. Don't you love those streamer smells? ASMR. Smells? God damn it, why do I keep saying smells? I'm thinking about my nose too much. Those lovely sounds. Smells, Jesus. What is wrong with me? My God. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's actually tracking really well. Oh, my goodness. Actually, something that did happen last night, actually, is after, like, 2 weeks, After like a week and a half. After like a week. I finally ran out of things that I cooked on Christmas. Yeah, it would have been about a week. Yeah. Cooked like the gingerbread, which, you know, friends also ate, so that wasn't just me. But half of a brownie. So I had like a lot of sweets these last few days. Not been good for my health, probably. I apologize, my pancreas. I'm sure you're not gonna make this my problem soon. And I fell asleep right before the latest stream, but then I remembered I was supposed to be watching a stream in a dream, and I woke up half an hour. Like, I need to be watching. It's like you woke up, it's like a weird version of that dream where people feel like they're late for an exam they haven't studied for. Oh! I'm late for a Vtuber stream, and I can't remember when they were streaming. My goodness. The other streams I've really been seeing recently have been just infinite clips of the current Neurosummer subathon, which is rather absurd. I was wading through a swamp that was getting scary, so I don't mind getting up. I used to always have nightmares of the ground falling out beneath me and me falling into an ocean full of seaweed. I don't know why seaweed. I guess there were some places where I went swimming as a kid that had those, like, a lot of seaweed in them, and you couldn't see. It was just like a giant matted landscape full of just this seaweed, and you couldn't see under it, and it felt really gross to touch. Maybe that was it. But I do remember those dreams. I would be running away. The ground would be falling out beneath me in, like, even plots. And then I would look ahead of me, I'd be like, I'm getting away from it. Yeah, it can't stop me. And ahead of me, the ground would start falling, and I'd just fall into the seaweed-filled, brown, seaweed-filled water. It was always the ocean for me. I was always very afraid of the ocean. Still, I feel like deep water still gives me the heebie-jeebies, still, to this day. But most times I'm fine with being on a boat, and if I jump out of a boat and swim around a boat, I'm usually okay. Like, it's not ideal. I wouldn't do it that often, but I can. Butter biscuits. Is that called thalassophobia? Yeah, probably. Not too sure what this fear of the sea is. Thalassophobia. Tense fear of vast or deep bodies of water like the ocean, seas, or large lakes. Yeah, there you go. I love the Wikipedia article of thalassophobia. It's got a picture of the thalassophobia, and then it's just a picture, and it's like, the Atlantic Ocean, an example of a deep body of water. I don't know why that's so funny to me. That's so funny. The Atlantic Ocean, for example, if you don't know what a large body of water is. That's so funny. It's like Wikipedia is treating us like a 15th century peasant or something who's lived in, like, Central Europe, nowhere close to the ocean their whole lives. Feels like I'm one of those characters in that fantasy novel that when the writer realizes, oh, these characters would have never seen the sea. So when we actually get to the sea in our adventure, because you always have a time when they get to the sea when they're in a fantasy adventure. Hell, it happens in anime all the time too. They're always gonna, if the writer is clever enough to remember, they can go like, oh, this is gonna be really clever if I go, oh, these characters have never seen the sea, isn't that crazy? You can see the sea because you have modern technology to see the sea. But these people, they've never seen the sea in their whole lives. Wow, and then do a moment where they're all like, whoa, the sea, amazing. And then, the writer feel clever about themselves, and then that's, yeah. It's just funny. The Atlantic Ocean, an example of a deep body of water. They could tell me anything. That is just an ocean. I don't know what ocean that is. That could be any ocean. They could be lying to me. But it is very funny. It's time to play those conquer those fears and play Subnautica. You might be right, actually. You might be right. Subnautica. Is it on sale? Can I get Subnautica? Is it on sale right now? Subnautica. I was gonna play a horrifying game of some kind. Ooh, it is. Subnautica 1 is 1,000 yen right now. Could be good. Could be good. Still the New Year's sales, so let's check how much money I have in that bank account. Because the bank account that has access to a card, my Japanese card, isn't always full of money. I recently had a lot of bills come out of it. Eesh, that is far lower. I have spent far too much money this month. That's what I get for buying new tires. Because my old tires almost exploded. And also buying an oven. And buying everything to use with the oven. And buying... yeah, no, that was it. But it's fine. I've still got a couple of $100 on that, so... we're good. We're dandy. Alright, I'll buy some Subnautica. I'll add it to my card. I don't know if I'll play it straight away, but yeah, sure. Good suggestion, Tiberian. I feel like it's the only suggestion I've ever actually immediately agreed to, but that's because it's like really cheap right now. I've never played it. It's like sort of like a resource gathering game, right? Where you're like swimming around the ocean collecting copper or something, stabbing fish. I suspect I won't be that scared. Sorry, my breath was showing. God, it's cold in this apartment. Or I won't seem that scared. Let's put it that way. I still get the heebie-jeebies. It'll give me the creeps. I'm sure I'll get shivers up my spine. I'm sure I'll be spooked. But I don't know if I'll be that scared. I don't know. I'll have to play it. I've seen people play it before, but I don't know if I'd actually be that scared. I also, speaking of horror games, have the whole Fear franchise. Maybe we should play that too. Subnautica to be chill, and the Fear franchise to not be. There be sea monsters. That's so, there be sea monsters. Yeah, let's play the original Fear game. Eh? Fear. God. What was the Fear? Was it PlayStation 2 game, Fear? Fear. First Encounter Assault Recon. That is such a funny name. I forgot that's what Fear stood for. First Encounter Assault Recon. God, tortured acronyms. Oh, hello, CDH Warrior. Oh, well, hello, you joined me. For the stream that I streamed. Yeah, first. Yeah. Okay, I had a stroke just then. Jesus, I saw the tortured acronym of the Fear series and my brain ceased to function. Probably PS3? Let's see. You are correct. Xbox 360 and PS3. God, it doesn't look good for a PS3 game. I always remember PS3 games looking better than that. Maybe, no, that is a PS3 game. Never mind. I must have seen a really bad screenshot. That screenshot is extremely unflattering. One of the screenshots that Google gave me was extremely unflattering. No, those screenshots look more PS3. That looks more grungy and lacking in saturation. Might be fun, though. They only take like 6 hours to play through, so 1 or 2 streams. Yes. God, Fear. First Encounter Assault Recon. God, the tortured acronyms. I feel like no one makes any tortured acronyms anymore. Tortured gaming acronyms. Oh, thank you for rating my channel with one. Thank you. TDHY for rating me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. We're talking about the new year and what we're gonna do, and also what we're scared of. Talk about thalassophobia. We're talking about the spectacular series Fear. But yeah, so let's look at some tortured gaming acronyms. Tortured game acronyms. I want some tortured acronyms. A backronym, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Backronym. Gaming backronym. Damn. Gaming backronym. Yes. Gaming backronym, because I remember Fear. Oh yeah? Oh yeah! The railgun in Resident Evil was called like Finger or something like that. It was called like The Finger. But that was an acronym. That was pretty tortured. It was like a really, really stupid acronym. They changed. I think they may have changed its name. Because the original one was much more normal, if I remember correctly. The railgun in Resident Evil 3 was much more normal. With like just like a reference to something. Like a cool, dramatic name. But in Resident Evil Remake, for some reason, they changed it to being something really stupid. Oh, there it is. Ferromagnetic infantry use, next generation railgun. Finger. The ER, the E of the ER of finger comes from generation. GE. So it is capital F-I-N-G, lowercase e, capital R. Spectacular. We love to see it. We love to see it. But good old backronyms. Fear. First response. Assault recon. That's so funny. So funny. But yeah, we might play that. We might play that. Might play some Subnautica. That might be good to keep us occupied the first part of the month. It's true, I've never played Subnautica myself, to be honest. I've done a lot, but I've never played it myself. I've watched some people play it, but I've never played it myself. Reminds me, I really should find if there's any challenge runs or something like Elden Ring I can do. I was thinking of maybe doing another randomizer run for Elden Ring. Well, do a randomizer run, like I believe now they have a fog wall randomizer. So, maybe I can do a fog wall randomizer for Elden Ring, a much bigger and much more difficult game. Ah yes, paid my insurance. Been a nasty girl, I've been a nasty girl, nasty. Wow, it's been a while since you've said that one. Hasn't it been? It's been a while since you've been a nasty girl, kind of nice. I slept like 2 hours. Hey, you and Tiberian are both tired. Tiberian was just saying he hadn't slept very much either. There you go. Everyone's not sleeping. Goodness. Not a great way to start the new year. Not a great way to start off the new year. Sleepy. Tired. But I also started the new year sleepy and tired, so I suppose it's just a sign of the times, I guess. How are you, though, other than sleepy and nasty? How are you sleepy rather than What is on your face? Is that like a birdhouse with a tangerine? No, it's, God, what is it called again? It's, Oshogatsu Kagami Mochi, I think. Oshogatsu Kazari Mochi. It's called, like, decoration mochi. Sort of this, like, hard... I've been good, playing AC Shadows, Hitman, and more. I have been, too. I've been playing... Well, I finished Ghosts of Yote before the new year. And I've recently... I played another 25 hours of Monster Hunter. Since I played it on stream. On the 22nd or whatever it was. And then after that, I got a game for cheap during one of the sales that was recommended by my nephew, saying if I wanted to get like a Skyrim Oblivion-esque experience, then I should play Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. I would have never bought this game because it is the most edgy name in existence. My god, the fellow who made this game thinks they're like, you know, too cool for school. So, I started playing it yesterday, and it's pretty good, and it seems to have a much more, the quest seems to be a much more open-ended than a lot of games do recently, you know? That looks like it could be good. A lot of people warned me that, you know, this Tainted Grail game is very willing for you to make a decision, and that causes the death of a character, and you lose access to that character forever. I thought that was good. Kind of reminded me of, like, Morrowind, or some Oblivion quest. I was gonna get Monster Hunter World, but I don't know. It's up to you. It's a good game. I like Monster Hunter World. There's a lot of game in Monster Hunter World. You're gonna be playing that for a while. You're gonna be playing Monster Hunter World for a while. It's Kazari Mochi. Kagami Mochi, sorry. Period. Not Kazari Mochi. Kagami Mochi. It is Kazari Mochi, though. Yeah. It's a decorative mochi that have been placed on top of each other. And sort of a thing that people use as, like, decoration during New Year's. And also on shrines. Use it as decoration. Kagami Mochi, sorry, Kagami Mochi. Kagami, not Kazari Mochi. It is a Kazari. It is Kazari Mochi. Which means decoration. But Kagami means mirror. Sorry. My Japanese isn't perfect. But yes. Decoration mochi. Along with the other little piece of decoration, which is like the bamboo thing. Which is called Kadomatsu. 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 Kadomatsu is a traditional Japanese New Year's decoration. Literally, Pine Gate. That's what's right next to me. Supposedly, they're supposed to welcome the kami. Yes, they place them outside because New Year's in Oshogatsu in Japan is like a week. So it starts on the 1st and it will go for a whole week. I know, because I can still hear and smell the shrine that's next to me doing all of its New Year's stuff. There's a shrine that's like right next to where I live. And they burn a lot of the old, so they take all the old amulets, and they will purificationally burn them, you know, purify them through fire, and then everyone will buy new amulets and protective ornaments. Every year, a yearly subscription to the protection of the kami. And so yeah, that'll be for a week, and during this week is one of the few times you can actually see inside a lot of the shrines. So a lot of the shrines and temples will open up the doors to their main, like, the place where they hold the kami, or they hold the representation of the kami, which are usually closed, or at least much more difficult to see. But these days, they open them up. You can look inside, pray to the kami. I already did that yesterday. I watched the sunrise over this beautiful view, chatted to people, and then I wandered back to one of the nearby shrines, did my first prayer of the year, asked the kami for my powers, for powers of protection, and grabbed myself a omikuji, a fortune for the year. First omikuji of the year, always very important. I've always done it. Got a first omikuji of the year. And it is the same ojikuji. I always get the same. I either get, like, sort of not yet luck, or middle luck. That's the only... I never get great luck at my yearly omikuji. Never great luck. I'm never daikichi. I'm always kyukichi, or mitsukichi, or whatever it is. Mikichi, or whatever it is. Which are both pretty much the same thing. They both mean middle luck or almost luck. And this one has the same thing as the almost luck I have every other year, which is you'll have good luck, but you'll have to fight hard for it. So this year will be tough, but eventually it'll be good. I'm like, nice, as always. No, the funds for social hitman was for 45. I started 35. Wow, you have been splurging. Mate, right, very good. The $20 bundle that goes to add cosmetics for our creators. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm going to play it much alone. That's tough. That's why I don't play multiplayer games, but yes. God damn it. Always the same damn fortune. But apparently this year, as long as I stick it out and I work hard, I'll have good financial luck this year. So, either that means I will be diagnosed with, like something, they said something bad will happen, but you'll have good financial luck. So, I don't know, I'm gonna get diagnosed with cancer or something, and then I'm gonna win the lottery. Good job. I don't know, I'm scared of the kami this year. Great too. The kami scare me this year. Hello, Big Chum. Welcome. I haven't talked to you since last year, Big Chum. Yeah, I haven't talked to you since last year. We're talking about Japanese New Year's. Also, because I am covered in oshogatsu items, like the kagami mochi and the kadomatsu, which is on the table, little bamboo structure. And we have a good time. Oh, hey, my friend? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Got any New Year's resolutions for you? It's a tough thing to start the New Year's off so rough, but you got any New Year's resolutions? Build something to look forward to? Anyone else got any New Year's resolutions? What are we aiming to do this year? What's our goal? To work, not be stupid money, and not die. Hey! It's good. To work, not be stupid, and not die. Hey, that's 3 very good New Year's resolutions. Better than mine, which is 0. No, I don't believe in that. Neither do I. I asked it because it's a good conversation. But I don't think I've ever made... I was mentioning it before, but I don't think I ever make New Year's resolutions. To me, I wait for a month or 2 for the theme of the year to come to fruition. You know, the theme of the year comes into focus to me. Last year was grit. Sort of toughing it out. You know, doing hard things, not because they're hard, but because, I want to prove to myself I can do them, I did a lot more hikes last year. I finally did one of the really big hikes for multiple days. I just plan to do something and I do it. I've never resolved to do something, but for me, I like to wait till the year creates a theme for me. I go, wow, I've had a lot of this happen this year, so you know what? I'm going to focus on this, considering life seems to be wanting to get me to do these things. You know, moving in the apartment, the sudden move of the apartments, that sort of thing. I was going to say hot, but that never happens. It might be your year. And if nothing else, you could just wait until it gets to summer. And then you'll be, then it'll be hot. It'll be goddamn hot. I'm imagining we'll be having a lot of that hottest summer on record again this year. But yeah, so I think, yeah, I just wait till a theme appears and then I sort of push myself towards it. But I did say that I would try and do some new things this year. Not necessarily difficult things, but new things. When it comes to streaming, I want to do another challenge run this year. I want to kind of keep up this pace I sort of built during the last 3 months of last year. Maintain that pace. Could be a good thing to keep up. But yes, point is, I wonder what this year's theme is going to be. I wonder what this year's theme is going to be for me. Is it going to be grit? Is it going to be new things? Is it going to be maintenance? Is it going to be adversity? Is it going to be, you know, fortune? I don't know. We don't know what the theme of the year is. At least according to my first omikuji of the year from the nearby shrine, my year will be full of middle luck, which is what my years are always full of. I don't think I've got a different... I've always got pretty much the same... No matter what I do every year, I always get the same, pretty much the same fortune. I guess the gods don't know what to do with me. The kami. The kami don't know what to do. Oh, this white old man? I don't know, just give him like a normal one. Tell him that if he works hard, he'll succeed. I did get a... God, there was a story on the back of it. Something about... Sometimes you'll come to a point where you won't be able to do it on your own. So make sure you trust in your friends and the kami. And cultivate a pure life or something like that. And I'm like, wow. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go become a monk. Go become a... Yamabutsu, or whatever they are. Point is... apparently I'll have good financial luck this year. And that, if somebody might propose to me this year, but I've got to stick it out. It's not going to come in the first half of the year. I've got to work hard for the whole year, and then I'll have my good luck. Then I'll have my good luck, apparently. According to the gods. That apparently write these tiny little slips of paper. Which is, you gonna complain about getting a boyfriend? Your child is fat? You could probably be a barista with a degree. Hey. My niece was a barista with a degree for a very long time. And her partner was also a barista with a degree. And she had already had her... She got her job. And then her barista was the person she ended up marrying and having 2 children with. So, don't count out the barista. It's not an embarrassing job. Where would the world be without baristas? But I don't know where you live. Maybe baristas are not as respected as they are. Like, Australia love baristas. It's seen as a very fabulous profession in a lot of Australia. Because, you know, it's cafe work. Cafes are very well liked in Australia and everything extension are. I think barista is almost seen as one of those sort of almost attractive positions. Point is, it is a good start to a year. We'll see how it goes from now. I'm kind of curious to see where it'll go. In the US, being a barista with a useless degree is seen as a failure. Oh, I see. There you go. There you go. Seen as a rather... It's like being a good bartender, I suppose. Bartenders aren't always seen as like being, but you know, a good bartender is seen as a good thing. My sister was a barista for a while too, actually. There's a lot of baristas in my family. First job for everyone, I guess. She didn't have a degree, though. She was, well... She had an apprenticeship. Jeweler. A jeweler's apprenticeship. And then, she went off and did other things. So, she was quite successful, even though she never had a degree. But that was back in the day. I suppose it's harder these days. Harder these days. I know it's changed. I know it's changed. One of my nieces went and became a luthier, actually. Which is... After she worked a while in retail, she went and became a luthier. She tried to get a degree in, the same thing as my sister had, which was jewellery. But then she hated doing jewellery as part of the degree. And then somehow managed to sneak herself a job at a luthier, a violin repair shop, and then essentially became successful through that. I suppose rich people will always want rich stuff. And if you can be in the right place to fix all the rich people's violins and cellos and bubble basses and guitars, then you're dandy. Right place, right time, I guess the way this was. Granted, it wasn't her company she joined. It's not her workshop she joined, so she didn't make the workshop. Somebody else thought of the thing. But yeah. Degrees that make you money. Hey, if people wanted degrees that made you money, then they should just go become, I don't know, an Australian paramedic. I did it! I requested a refund for the $20 cosmic bundles on Xbox for Arc Raiders. Wow, they let you do that? You know, for some reason, I've just never believed that those things would work, you know? Like, might as well, you know? Fair enough. The secret is to look for the recognizable ones that make bank. Fair. Fair. But yes, I've never really believed those, goddamn... I've never really believed those, refunds would actually work. I don't know, I'm one of those people who just don't ever believe a company would ever give me a refund. Like I've had times where someone's clearly gotten hold of, like, my card number or something and have charged me for something and I've managed to charge that back. But, my communications one is seen as a joke? I had a useless degree. For a while. So I understand the feeling. Most of my siblings didn't end up doing what you'd call useless degrees. They really wanted to do those degrees, but... You know, any of the siblings that actually did degrees, because they were a lot less common back then, you didn't do a degree all the time. You know, a lot of my cousins and siblings never did degrees. They just went off and worked. My father never did a degree. My mother was very rare for trying to get a degree as a lady at that time. It's a good thing, though. She was probably the smartest person I've ever met, but that's the case of many people. But yes, useless degrees. It's tough. People always see useless degrees as useless, but that's because these days everyone's decided that they've got to be efficient. Everyone's decided that the only way to do things is min-maxing. Let's be real. What are the better offer? In games contests where you barely play, versus decent titles such as Red Dead 2 Ultimate Edition for the same price. You're a smart man. I see the... Yeah, I can see the plan. I can see the thought process. I can see the thought process. It is a better thing to get a whole game rather than cosmetics. Never been much of a cosmetics man myself. Excuse me. Today's stream is not going to be very long, probably. But, Speaking of games, if anyone has any suggestions of what you want to see me play, so Big Charm, Pan and Ives, if there's anything you want me to play this year, now's the time to get me to look at it. Also, because comparing a creative art degree and a resume is not as respected as computer science. But that's the case for everything. You know. God, the amount of times I've heard people say, get marketable skills, when somebody's asked, it's hard to get a job. And they're like, oh, get marketable skills. But marketable skills is just a goddamn buzzword for whatever they think is going to make you the most money, or whatever is popular right now. And that's just not a very good, sustainable way to build a career.
PlayStation
a career on following market trends. It seems like a terrible way to build a career, but, you know. La PlayStation 2. La PlayStation 2. Hello, J. Hank. How are you? Join us. I haven't heard that sound since last year. My goodness, J. Hank. I haven't heard that sound since last year. I haven't talked to you since last year. I haven't talked to you. Yes, I know. Very funny. We're here because I slept in, actually, would you believe? We're here for a very short, probably hour and a half, maybe 2 if we end up talking for that long. Comedy genius, I know. God, I am well loved by my nieces and nephews. I'm recommending a banger to you, Lyric. Oh yeah? Yeah? A banger? Turbo Overkill. Yeah? It's that goddamn game, isn't it? Is that the robot game? No, I don't want Turret Girls Steam, but I'm really now confused. What the hell is Turret Girls? What the hell is Turret Girls? This game is... Oh. Oh. Oh no. I wrote T-U-R and I got Turret Girls. Turns out, it's got adult content in it, apparently. Oh dear. This game has been marked for frequent nudity or sexual content. I didn't know that. Was that? Oh, I get it. Because they're like wearing short skirts and they're on a turret and so you can see. Yep, okay. And apparently you have X-ray vision. Oh, great. Lovely. Sorry. I got distracted. There you go. Hilarious. Get scholarships and leave when I graduate to get my master's at work. I have one. Ooh, a scholarship? Or... neuron activation. Hey, I don't know. I was like, what is this? And the screenshots look very normal for pretty much the first ones you see. And then I scrolled down and I saw the message. Watch out. Watch out. This has sexual content. And I said, what? Okay, this is not the robot one. That is called Overkill, right? I'm not crazy. I've traded from my school and I'm trying to win a 3rd one. Ooh, very nice. Good job. Get your bag, as they say. Back in the day, scholarships were very restricted. Not meaning they took a long time to give people. Yes, sir. So yeah, whoa, wow, crazy. Okay. Very all over the place. It is only 1,000 yen right now. It is 1,100 yen right now. But I just bought Subnautica. That's a game, since I'm not on Facebook, I swear. Don't worry, don't worry. Take your time. Neuron activation, hilarious. The things you find on Steam. I was just starting this year's game selection with HL2 episode 1. Ended up making a lot of this stream because of that. Don't worry, this stream has only been going for 40 minutes. Because I slept in, as I said. I slept in, as I said earlier. I did sleep in a little. I did sleep in a little. So I ended up starting the stream later than I would have hoped. Okay. Ooh, that's a dramatic name. I assume that's the name of the game and not some sort of cryptic, like, kill phrase that you've just sent to me and I'm about to, like, attack the president or something. Let's go away, turret girls. Oh, that's that dating sim, isn't it? I've seen this. I saw it got released. That's that, like, real-life dating sim. It's like the... Wow. A bold suggestion. It's like sort of like Korean dating sim. Or something. Where it's like real-life people doing real-life things. It could be very funny. If they say attack the president, which one do you think you were thinking of? I was more making a reference to Black Ops, where he shoots JFK. After the numbers, you know. The numbers, Mason! What do they mean? So I was thinking of the American president, yes. None of the countries I live in have presidents. Yes, that's like the real person dating simulator. From the sweet next girl to the next girl next door. And the tsundere to the shy recluse and the old go-getter. The heroines come in various charming personality, ages, older, younger, and peers. Refund denied. Tragic. I'll probably play the demo after I clean, yeah? Oh no, you can get them all to wear maid outfits. This feels like a game that would be really funny to get really drunk and play. Depends how long it is. I've never been much of a dating simulator. Fellow. I've never been much of a dating simulator sort. The Hans holiday home and routine are now invaded by 5 beautiful women. Oh, the tragedy. My solitary home, my routine. These son of a bitches. Interrupting my life. Drinking not branded beer. Unbranded beer. The childhood friend of 10 years. The first lover and former idol. Wow, that is bold. Both of them? First lover and former idol? God. The demanding boss. The bold younger. Yeah, I don't like that one. And the shy recluse. I don't want the bold younger. I'm gonna ignore her. That's creepy. I don't like that. I'm too old for younger people to be hitting on me. Hasn't stopped them, though, would you believe? If you think about it, 5 more people living in a house out of nowhere can be tragic. I would be very tired. I mean, having a harem at this economy? In this economy? Are you mad? No, you always know that my character's thing is I'm going to be like a section head of some sort of Fortune 500 company. I'm going to be successful already. Otherwise, how would I have a demanding C-level executive boss? Out of all of them, the demanding boss sounds like the best. I found a kaiju dating sim. There's a lot of dating sim. There's the everything dating sim. I can't remember what it is called. Date everything? I think it's called. That's the everything dating sim. Where you date a cup. Or the concept of a chandelier. Wait, you have law? Most of these dating sims give you like a general backstory. Yeah, the character has a name in that. You-man, you-man. You-man. It's a... I know it's probably a Korean name, but I like to think it's like, yes, the character stand-in. You-man. You-man, the character stand-in. Why is that lady so damp? And that's... I just noticed. That lady was damp. Why are they glistening? What makeup are they wearing? What the hell? Oh, the game guy. I thought you meant like you, Eric. No, I don't have any law. I'm not gonna... I did not, at some point, have a harem. Totally. No. I totally... don't have any lore to do with harems. I'll just say I was very popular when I was younger. It was always younger people, though. I didn't like that. Didn't like that. Even these days, I feel like the people who keep... Oh, God. Suddenly remember those girls in that bar. Jesus. Oh, my goodness. What a memory. Suddenly remembered those. I went to a bar last year sometime. No. 2 years ago now? It was a long time ago. I tell the story so much. I probably stole it on stream. But I went to a bar to meet a friend. We're there. There's more like 5 under one roof. But yeah. Those girls at that bar. They were too drunk. The genre, I mean. Fair enough. Fair enough. Back. I don't know. Then somebody called me or I passed out. Fair enough. You take care of yourself. If you don't come back. But yes, I have the confusing world that brain has just ceased to exist. Sorry. Yeah, those crazy-ass people in that bar. Those girls who had had far too many shots of tequila and kept trying to, like, hit on me. Yeah, there was, like, 2 of them. And they kept trying to hit on me. Very, very drunk ladies. Probably, what, early, mid-20s. And yes, they tried to hit on me, the grey-haired old man in the corner of the bar who was just trying to talk to his friends. And to the boss of the bar, who's also a foreigner. But no, they were like, what's your name? And I said, it's Eric. And they're like, Eric, wow. And then like 5 minutes later, they'd ask me what my name is again, because they're so drunk. They would just have no... It was very, very messy. And it was very... Well, it ended very, very gross when one of them vomited everywhere. Luckily not on me, but, you know. I did have a few times where it felt like they were going to. God, they were so drunk. It was like alcohol poisoning levels of drunk. We had to call the ambulance. Not a good time. Last too drunk to realize she was talking to a celebrity. I know, right? Maybe that's why she was talking to me. She could just feel the aura of celebrity. But I got a bit of a accosting. A bit of very much too close. A lot of hugging. I think at one point, one of them did attempt to give me a kiss on the cheek. I thought they probably thought it looked very cutesy and romantic. Until they, but they didn't realize it looked more like a, like a windscreen wiper on a dry windscreen. And just like smacking their face against mine and just dragging it down. And I was like, yeah, okay, lads, yeah, sit down. And everyone on the bar suddenly became these like 4 girls' parents. And we all kind of just herded them into the corner, like, okay, sit down, here you go. And they thought I had a glass of water with a lime in it because I just put some water in. I poured some water into a glass that I had been using it for another cocktail. I just reused a glass because I was lazy. And I grabbed the water from the bar and poured it in. And I was drinking it, and because I had a lime in it, they thought I had a whole, full glass, like a full tall, like, you know, like a full highball glass of tequila. They were convinced that I was drinking tequila. And I told them it was water, and then they got really upset that I was drinking water. And then 5 minutes later, when they had forgotten what it was, I just said, yeah, totally, it's tequila. Yeah, huh? Yep, totally, Laos, tequila. But yes, I had more than a few rather unwanted advances that night. Those girls, I tell you what, far too drunk. Far too drunk. One of them we could not convince to go in the end. She ran and hid in the kitchen of the bar. Can't do that. Stay home and use my phone in case you watch anime. Died. It was... Yeah, no, tequila. They ordered something like 8 shots of tequila in like 40 minutes. It was absurd. That would be the worst thing anyone would say to me, Chum. Oh my god, what an awful line. Oh my god. I think you just shaved a year off my life, Big Chum, with that one. Ugh. Even if it was a hypothetical. Ouch. Luckily, none of them spoke English well enough. They were like, and smacked their hand against my face, down my face. I was like, yeah, Oh, I can make wanted advances. Oh yeah? Bold to assume any advances are wanted, Panda. But yes, that was... I just suddenly remembered that night, speaking of harems. I do not know why they decided I was their object. That happens. That's not the first time that's happened in my life. I've had just people go, yes, that person. I'm going to make their life annoying. It's not the first time it's happened. Anyway. Very funny. Simulation dating game. The only advance allowed is through the door. Oh no! Sorry, I'm just looking more picture of this dating game with like the real people. It's kind of, it makes sense, but it is kind of funny. This real person dating game thing. Dating around, everyone needed some National Geographic in their life. Be drunk elsewhere. It is a bar. I can't say they weren't allowed to be drunk. It is a bar. That is usually where one gets drunk. So it makes sense. But the boss wasn't very happy. The old boss of the owner of the bar, who had to call the ambulance for the two of the girls who were extremely drunk. The other two were less extremely drunk. I just hold their liquor better, I suppose. And there was a fifth one who was very apologetic, who wasn't drunk at all, and paid for the bill, which was astronomically high. Because they kept ordering the whole bar tequila shots. And they did at one point say that they would pay with love. Which, unfortunately for them, is not legal tender. Because the head of the owner, this no-nonsense foreigner, was like, so, how you girls gonna be paying tonight? They were like, with love. And they did that little hand signal they do in, like, Korea for, like, love. And he laughed. And then the other friend came up and actually actually purchased it. Young Princess herself in the mail, showing a Thomas to asking, love your bed. So Chinese Year of the Horse. 365 days to be horsing around. Oh no! Oh no! Uma Musume, the goddamn horse girl game. It's gonna be even more powerful this year. It's the year of the Uma Musume. Oh no. Does that mean every girl born this year is technically an Uma Musume? Imagine if that was the lore of the horse girl gacha game. That's why they exist. Like, there's like a world curse that every year of the horse, everyone born in that year is a horse. A horse girl. And essentially becomes AOC horse riding, red cowboy guys, Uma Musume. The year of the horse! Oh my god! Year of the rat. Yeah. I don't know what year I am, actually. I can't remember what year I am. What year am I? Year of the something cool. I remember it was something cool. I think it might have been Tiger, actually. Year of the Tiger. Year of the Tiger. I don't know. Whole skills. Don't think about it too much. Did they get turned into glue? Well, Peter would think so. You know. Last year was Solid Snake year. America, my name. Sorry, that meme got stuck in my head. I can't even remember what that song is. I just remember the meme of like the boss. The memory fades the same. I don't know, but this year is the year of the booty for me. I'm gonna try and watch One Piece. Oh yeah, its first season just ended, Pound of Knives. Its first season's just finished, so it's a good time to get into it, Pound of Knives. Good time to get into it. Invisible, Duran Duran, thank you. It's just from that meme you see of like the gif of the Metal Gear Solid 5, the boss. It's just finished its first season, Pound of Knives. It's a good time to get into it, you know? First season of One Piece is done. Finished. Over. Even say my name has a memory gone. Now you're feeling I'm going call my name. I can't play this game, so I say it. Sorry. No one hears a word they say. Did they finally find the piece? No. No. That's what they're going to do in Season 2. It would have been really funny if they had managed to get all the way to the end of the manga in one continuous thing. Because it was a serialized show. It was every week, for weeks, every year, every week, for years. It was every week for years. I do not know how One Piece managed to do it. It is amazing. Amazing. No, but they can the remake. No! No, the live action. I actually really enjoyed the live action. It was really good. I really think it was quite a good version. It was fun. It was a bit silly. It kind of, you had to really let yourself get into it. You know, it was a bit difficult to sort of get past. It was a little cringy, but the live action is good. Live action is good. The live action is good. Yes. They only silly live action with other animes. They do. The live action Gintama anime was really good, actually. But that's because Gintama is so absurd and so silly that anything they did in the real thing that sort of seemed stupid or low quality was part of the joke. So even it seemed like, you know, the costumes could be a bit better or the acting could be better. It all seemed like part of the joke, you know, because it's Gintama. Everything's part of the joke. It's always part of the joke. By pure exploitation and dedication. And exploitation. And dedication. And exploitation. Truly absurd. Absurd. Oiran and the Sailor Moon has one. Oh, does it? Oiran, is that the host club? Oiran, that's the host club one, right? Yeah. That's the Oiran High School Host Club. Yes, God, what a cult. That's an old one. My nephews and nieces really liked that show. They thought it was very fun. Oh my god, it is a live action one. Whoa. Look at them go. Look at those handsome boys. Can't say I'm total fake. No. Oron High School. The only reason I remember it is because Oron is a very unique name, and I've never forgot it. Because I kept thinking of the Final Fantasy character. In Final Fantasy X, there's also a character called Oron, spelled differently, but sort of pronounced very similar. And for some reason in my brain, every time they said Oron, I kept thinking, Oron High School Host Club? And just thinking of all the characters looking like Oron from Final Fantasy X. That's like scarred like the scarred middle-aged man in like a high school uniform running a host club. Oh, with the host club, but I can't let my homies know. I thought you were saying moron. No, Oron. Like, it's like Aaron. Is another way you'd say it. Orang Medan. The boat that went missing. Point is, very funny. Wow. Coming, 28th of October 2025, Oron High School Host Club live action movie on Blu-ray. Ooh, wow. It's a bit aged. It is. Let's see what Wikipedia says about it. What does Wikipedia say about Oron High School Host Club? Is a show run by Bisco Hattori. Is a pen name, and she has said holds a special meaning to her. There you go, Bisco Hattori. Generally well received, with its parody of otaku culture being particularly commended. Its depiction of LGBTQ characters has been told with both praise and criticism. Wow, that's like every manga, especially from that era, which Gintama was also from a similar era. Was Gintama from a similar era? Gintama? When did Gintama begin? 2003. Woo! Why are Discord swords so loud? Yeah, the trans joke. Well, isn't her father a... Well, sorry for me using the term. I apologize. I just don't know what else to call them. A drag queen, I suppose. I was going to use the Japanese term, but we'll go with drag queen. That's a more accepted term. I don't know. I'm not... My nephews are much more knowledgeable about this stuff. One of my nephews is like friends with a lot of people who are like the sort of drag and trans and all those things. Point is, in Japan they called them okami. And you see those a lot. But Gintama also had the same thing, where sometimes people saw Gintama's view of the LGBTQ as very, sort of progressive. But they also see it as... It depends how you choose to see it in the end. Ultimately, it's about how you choose to see it. The author certainly wasn't thinking about it. It definitely was a joke. So, Point is, Gintama was at the same spot where it had that sort of both good and bad representation. I choose not to see Gintama, and you have chosen wrong, J. Hank. You have chosen wrong. Also, thank you for the follow. VT Ayumi. Slightly mixed because the twins being... Actually, there was a lot. Yeah, that was really weird, wasn't it? Another weirdly common thing was, like, really close siblings. It still is. Wrong. 200 plus episodes? Nuh-uh. Read the manga, J. Hank. I don't know. You can read. Probably easier to read the manga. You can probably finish it quicker. It's finished. Read the manga. It'll be a lot easier to finish. Speaking of, I've gotten a lot of weight. I don't know where I stopped with my, like, rewatch of Gintama. I was close to, like, I was over episode 200, I think. Let me see. Let's see if I can find it in my history. When did I stop? When did I... Because I started watching it again last year. I did skip a lot of it. Gintama. So you're Vottle while scrolling. Figures out why not say hi. Oh, thank you. Hi. We're talking about old series, apparently. And also Happy New Year, Ayumi. Happy New Year. How's your day been? It has been, well, a bit sleepy. Slept in this morning, would you believe? Slept in this morning. I never sleep in. But then again, I didn't get any sleep New Year's Eve and New Year's Day because I didn't sleep. I stayed up until Australia had its New Year's. And then I woke up and went to a beautiful location to watch the first sunrise of the year. Luckily, I am in Japan, so it is winter, so the sunrise is late. Oh, Shad's back! Wow! Sir, good morning and Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you too, mate! Goodness, it's been a while! It has been a while. How was the temple visit? It was good. Yoga's his mother a lot like a lover does. That is weirdly common joke back then. How was the temple visit? It was good. It was good. I had a lot of fun. I've had my first visit of the year to the shrines. I watched the first sunrise of the year, and I came back and I went to the shrine, did my first prayer to the kami for the year. And I got my omikuji, my first fortune of the year, and it is the same fortune I always get. It's gonna be tough, but you'll have good luck if you stick it out. Sounds like you enjoyed it. Hell yeah, it's been good. It's been good. My New Year's holidays, one of the few holidays I get working in Japan. It's been good. I relaxed. I've been doing a lot of baking recently, cooking pizza, making brownies. I cooked gingerbread on Christmas Day. It's been good. It's been good. Sometimes I miss the atmosphere of the temples, and also the limited time items. Yes, I do like old temples. I love them. It's always good. I do like the idea of Hatsumode, visiting the first shrine visit of the year. Unfortunately, I don't live near any temple. Actually, I do live near a temple. Some people did go to the temples, but the temple near me is more of a graveyard than a temple. Well, it's a temple for the graveyard, but yeah. There were a lot of people there. I could smell the incense on the wind when I was on a walk. But people were there on New Year's Day. Yeah, good old temples and shrines. They're always very fun in Japan. Very beautiful. I live next to a very nice one, actually. And I actually know a lot of the parishioners. They took me on a boat once. Ah, yes. Hatsumode. Hatsumode. Did you recently start streaming? Like, was it your desire? Or do you just want to do it and just chill? Me? I did not recently start streaming. On Twitch? Yes. It's probably been just under a year since I've been streaming on Twitch, but I've been streaming on YouTube. You go look at my YouTube channel, which I think is linked below in my Twitch page. That has a lot of VODs from going back. What is this? My 5th year now? Seems at an end. 7 full chapter. Too much to read for a gag manga. Hey, I think it's one of the better gag members, J-Hack. Because it doesn't always stay as a gag. Sometimes, it's serious. And it's got surprisingly good pacing for a comedy. And yes, it is something you'd sit down and watch a bit for a while and then stop watching. Like rewatching Friends or something. Only if you don't mind asking. It's not that I don't mind you asking. But I've never really confirmed what my age is. Old. Enough. Old. Yeah, you've been streaming since the end of 2020. God. Already half a decade. May I guess? You can, but I'm not going to confirm. I'm going to make snarky comments. Age old. Age geriatric. You can guess, but I will make snarky comments. 32 to 37, maybe. Oh. I sound so youthful. I must sound so youthful. Certainly better than some of the students I teach. I once got 95 from a student I taught. Cheeky little son of a bitch. He was like 7, so it makes sense, but I've gotten some truly absurd ages. One person called me, one kid went, "Are you, Eric Sensei, are you 5,000 years old?" And I said, "What? What do you mean?" 5,000. And then I realized it's because the kid, I think he had just learnt how to say 1,000 in English. The kid definitely just had learned how to say 1,000 in English, so he was just showing off to his friends, I think. He was like, "Are you 5,000 years old?" I said, "Yeah, you just learned that one at tram school, did you?" No, reverses your shadow like some panels, banners, overlays, give more channel, help you grow. I'm sure it will. But, you know, I spend all my money on good whiskey. Is that a bird? There's a bird on my balcony. Bird. Let's go. Make friends with the bird. Sorry, I got distracted. Sorry, got distracted. Birds never land on my balcony. Maybe they think you look a sage or a wise man. Maybe. We three kings of Orient are bedding gifts to travel so far. Sorry, every time somebody says wise man, that's what I think of. Bird. I rarely get any birds on my balcony. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Sorry, VT, I spent all my money on good liquor. As my other hobby other than screaming is making cocktails and drinking whiskey. Great hobbies, I know. Well, I also have a hobby of hiking. But, you know. It's cold right now. Thank you for the offer, but unfortunately not. I cannot. No. To answer your question, no. Mostly because it's such a pain in the ass to get all that stuff to work. I'm sure you do some very good stuff, but thank you. Am I crazy, or are there missing streams of yours? Yeah? Which ones? Okay, Hank. What am I missing? What have you lost? What have you lost, J-Hank? What have you lost, J-Hank? Sorry, I'm eating a cookie. Delicious cookies. Delicious, delicious cookies. What do we got going? I don't know. I don't recall Uncharted being right after Uncharted 2. Well, it was, J-Hank. I don't think I've hidden any streams. I don't think I've hidden any streams since I've started. I haven't hidden any streams since I've started streaming, so. Unfortunately, Yakuza 0 was right next to Uncharted 2. Because I was playing Uncharted 2 on the PlayStation 3? That's what I was going through my PlayStation 3 era. Hey, there's one stream between them. And I never played Uncharted 3. I should play Uncharted 3. 2021, so 4 years. It's gonna be 5 in March. On the 23rd of March was when my first stream was, I think. Grogoa. Gorogoa? No, that was the 11th of April. The first stream was the 21st of March, but I did hide that, actually. I did hide that stream on my YouTube channel. Mostly because it was very kind of embarrassing. And I did rewatch it 2 years afterwards. Maybe once we hit 5 years, we should rewatch the first stream again. How about that? When was your first stream? Couldn't tell you, man. I know Tiberian's first stream was the Portal streams, which are very soon. I didn't realize I did Portal so quickly. I did the Portal streams. Then I very quickly made friends with people online and did a goddamn collaboration. Jesus. We did watch it on your first anniversary. So you must have come in the first year. God. I feel like I haven't grown my audience at all since my first year. Still the same motherfuckers. You same assholes. Goddamn. Good old man. Man, I did a really good job with those thumbnails. God, they look spectacular of me, like, editing myself in. God, I'm good at this, aren't I? Looks like perfectly edited in. It's weird to see me before the mod powers. Before you were elevated. Oh yeah, the streams where we read old bedtime stories. That was fun. We should do one of those again. Maybe we're just like the regulars of a tavern bar in a Japanese drama. Yeah. You're all regulars in my home bar. We're all sitting under the Kotatsu together. Yeah, I can't believe I never played 3. I just stopped playing Uncharted games. God, how did I make friends online so easily? I somehow just made friends. I collaborated with people. So weird. When did I lose that ability? It's all you people. You make me tired. You've all made me exhausted. I spent too much time collaborating with people in real life, probably. Oh, Returnal, the 20th century house. My God. What a time, eh? We've really done a lot, haven't we? And yet so little. Oh God, your mic before. Don't make fun of my mic. It was its best. It did its best. I don't know if my mic's much better these days. Is my mic really that much better these days? What? Let me listen to myself. I feel like I sound pretty normal. Way better? My mic before was way better? Or my mic now is way better? I feel like right now I'm probably echoing a lot. Now? That's probably because I spent a lot over the intervening years. I was obsessed with problems with my microphone, especially when my first year I was doing some editing, and because of the editing, I noticed a lot of problems with the sound. I don't feel it took me several months to figure out my mic wasn't on. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it's tough. Mine, it was, I noticed, I remember my first few streams, there was a buzzing. Don't ever would know what it caused by. But I used to have this buzzing, which was a problem, and now these days, honestly, I think it's the same mic. I've just changed a lot of settings in the intervening times, and managed to create a much more nice sounding microphone. It's a bit echoey in this room though, because, you know, what can I do? I've got, you know, when I close the curtains, it's not too bad. And when I open the cupboard and close the curtains, and it actually stops the echo quite a bit. And also the ground, I'm in a Kotatsu, so there's a lot of stuff absorbing the sound these days. There's a rug, there's slatted doors, so probably not as echoey in this apartment than it used to be. In my last apartment, which is entirely made of wood. But I do think I echo a lot, sometimes, especially when I get loud. I also just got better mic discipline, I suppose. I'm able to keep myself at a good distance from the microphone to make it sound nice. God. Every time I see my thumbnails, I'm so impressed with myself. I make some spectacular thumbnails, don't I? I make some great thumbnails. Oh yeah, we blitzed like Elden Ring for like a week straight, and then I took like a week off. So it's the New Year's Eve 2022. Really? New Year's Eve 2022. New Year's Eve 2022. Ah, why was I looking at... No, I was just sorry, the My Stream Games tier list from 3 years ago. For some reason, that was the year I did Deus Ex. Weren't you there for Deus Ex? So it'd been before that, right? You were definitely around for the PlayStation games, weren't you? Didn't you join? I could have sworn you joined for a PlayStation game. Was it for the PlayStation streams? Like this one, 2026 in the middle, full rainbow on there, mouth wide and rookie face. Peak thumbnail magic. I know, right? I was really... my original Yakuza 0 streams have been the best thing for my thumbnail making ability because it was one of the first games that was, like, really long. So I felt like I had to do more with the thumbnails because I ran out of really basic thumbnails to do really quickly. Because, like, Yakuza 0 is one of the first games that lasted more than, like, 7 or 8 streams. So I just started having to make new stuff. So eventually, I got really good at making better thumbnails because the Yakuza streams made me, because I was just running out of I was just running out of ideas. And, you know, this tiny face thing has been the gift that keeps on giving. I've been able to use this tiny face again. There's an angry one and a happy one. Really, the gift that kept giving. I can't believe Elden Ring was already 3 years ago. Elden Ring was already 3 years ago. My goodness. And I was just running around using, oh yes, Eric the Mug, getting hit insta-killed by every boss because I refused to level up health and instead entirely leveled up faith so I could become a caster. Ah, my incantation streams. Oops, no quantum. Oh yeah, Quantum Conundrum. Remember that random, like, PS2 era game we played? Huzzah, my 1 year anniversary where I made drinks. And it's still having content being released. Really? Yeah, I suppose it does. No, it's only had one bit of content released. Elden Ring Night Rain is a bit different. Oh yeah! I made the Eric Winter's Liquid Nostalgia, didn't I? On that stream. The first year celebration. That was a good stream. I've got to make another cocktail stream. Ah, I left my red gloves back in Australia though. Oh well. God, I've got to do more cocktail streams, but I had 2 computers, and I had a laptop, and I could move that more easily. I can't move the laptop. Release the Blue Mountain Bushfire! If I ever join... Yeah, because then I swap over from there. Maybe I should just get a second camera. That might be the game. Because I've got this portable screen. So this portable screen I could take that to the bar, put it on one of the bar stools, and use it like a laptop, and just leave the computer here. I do have a really long HDMI cable. That could work. We could get a camera onto the bar. I need to figure it out. I left my camera... I left my tripod in Australia. Isn't it beautiful? Age probably born during the Cambrian explosion. What a beautiful... I really made a beautiful... True horror stories, collecting pointless objects, weird foods to drink, cocktails, tea, video games, and computer games. Wow. That was really thorough, wasn't I? I was really emulating HoloLive, wasn't I? That's true. Those hobbies haven't changed. Those hobbies haven't changed. The Cambrian explosion. Yeah, that's what I said in my first stream that you can't watch. You'd have to look at the year anniversary to see my first stream. But my introduction stream, I said, age probably born during the Cambrian explosion. And things I don't like, coffee. And poorly written stories. Being inebriated, coffee, and badly written stories. I haven't done like an anniversary event since my first one. I really haven't done one. Maybe we should do one for 5 years. I should be on holidays at the time, so... Maybe. Might be the year to finally do... badly written stories, but you love Valhalla. Ironic. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's not badly written. You just don't like the gameplay loop, J-Hank. You just don't like it. It's not badly written because you don't like it. You're not the arbiter of good game writing. You are not the one and only arbiter of good games. Drinking, moving, cooking, and the old man's dreams. Indeed. Mr. Arbiter of the greatest stories on the world. Aren't you silly? Yes, a lot to do. Speaking of, maybe why I thought Valhalla was better. Maybe I was right. I'm looking at the games I played around Valhalla. One was Trombone Champ. I am wildly overqualified for this. The other was Hellsinger, which was just a good game. The other was Night Delivery, which was one of the most boring of the Chillazart games. Valhalla, and then the other game, the game I played immediately after Valhalla, Callisto Protocol. Year of the first tier list, yeah. Callisto Protocol. The first game I played after Valhalla. Maybe that's why I thought Valhalla was so good. What was my tier list looking like? Why did I look like that? So what we've got. Seal of Winter's Approval, Elden Ring, of course, Yakuza 0. Wow, I had a lot of people. I love games in top. Wow, I really put Everhood 1 really high. My god, Everhood 1 was super high. Man, I feel really bad for putting Everhood 2 so low, but I genuinely don't remember playing that game this year. Well, last year. No. Sorry. Callisto Protocol, okay, where's the damn bathroom? Yeah. I like how I put Deus Ex in better than B. And then C was, I don't know, I played a lot more games, but I also was able to delineate between them a lot better. It truly was a lot easier to feel like there was a thing. The bug at the end of my the bug at the end made my theory canon. It's true. Yeah, we had a... Yeah. Played a lot of games that year, didn't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Jesus Christ. I played 32 games that year. What the fuck is wrong with me? Goes to show how little time I have now. Goes to show how little time I have these days. What about the year before? Last year, the year before was 16 games. What about the year before that? Was that the year before that? To be fair, most of them were short games. Yeah, most of them were short games. So that's the tier list stream. My first year in Japan of 2023. Was that this year? No, was that the same year? Did I? So 2025, 2024, 2023. What was the 2023 tier list? Did I do one? That was 2023. Is this the 2023 tier list? That's the 2022 tier list. What's the 2023 tier list? Ghostwire Tokyo was pretty short. It was. It was. Am I crazy? Am I missing? Did I miss a year? That was last year. Yeah. Crazy. I feel like I'm missing a tier list. Crazy. Right. So Armored Core was definitely the first year I was in Japan. So there's the 2022. Oh, there it is. I found it. Oh, this is where I quadrupled myself for some reason. Yeah, there it is. Found it. Thank God. Oh, this is where I ended the stream with, like, what a I looked ridiculous at the end of that stream. Oh, yeah, that's where I multiplied my head. That was the stream I multiplied by my heads for that one screen. And I only played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games that year. So it's been pretty consistent. I've played pretty consistent amount of games since I've come to Japan. Like 13, so 14, 16, 13. The long-belated 20... Oh, that's right, I was late. I did it in 2024 in, like, February, didn't I? Because at the end of 2023, my laptop died. Didn't it? So I did that in 2024. Does that mean I've had this computer for, like, 2 years now? Jesus, it feels like just yesterday that my laptop died and I was really upset. Yes, it would have been. That'd have been 2 years ago now. Yeah, I was really late because my laptop died. And it wasn't until like February of that year. It's pretty impressive that I played so much considering I didn't have the whole first month of the year because, yeah, the laptop died. And I didn't have anything to stream on for like 2-3 months. I didn't even get to do any New Year's stuff because my laptop died around New Year's the year before. Strange, eh? A long-belated 2023 looks like a bit bare, isn't it, old mate? As I said last year, I cannot wait to look like I have a degenerative brain disease while I struggle to remember everything about this year's games. Aren't I fun? Aren't I fun? That's right. It's store-wide sale on Talking Old Men. I'll talk about video games, and then I'll talk about video games. And then that's right, I'll talk about video games. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah. There you go. Anyway. Good stuff. Almost 5 years. We'll have to do something. Do you talk about video games? I did, because that was the tier list where I did the Game Awards. I watched the trailers from the Game Awards and did the tier list at the same time, like mid-December, because I was not going to be there for New Year's. I thought you were a drinking channel. I do a lot of that. I do a lot of drinking. Speaking of, let's transfer to the other screen. The nighttime stream. Just because I felt like it. Change the scenery, you know, makes everyone feel more comfortable. Alright, but yeah. So, what to do indeed, eh? I should uninstall Silent Hill F. I don't need to play that game anymore. I'm not going to play that game anymore. No, I'm not. Goodbye, Silent Hill F. I'm going to uninstall you because I need the space on my computer. No, I don't, but I want to. I used to be a lot more of a drinking channel when I used to have my goddamn tripod that I could set up and actually make drinks on stream. I did it a few times at the last apartment where I had the camera pointed at the drink. There was like a drink cam. And we'll get to that. I think we'll try and do more of that this year. That might be something to aim for. Maybe one of the goals for this year for this channel will be get a second camera so that I can do things like that. You know? Have, like, a separate camera so I can go make drinks. You know, set up on the other side of the room. And then get up and walk to the bar and press a button and then it'll show, like, the bar camera. I'd have to be careful, though. It'll be a lot shinier on that bar. Well, as long as I do it on right angles or from the top, it should be fine. I have to wear a mask so you guys can't see my beautiful face because I have this effect on people. Anyone who sees my face are instantly charmed by my unworldly beauty. So, shit, there's no gay time in Japan. I know, right? Tragedy. Tragedy. What's a man to do? What's a man to do? Oh, the Holostar Boys have made a cover. Oh, looking fabulous, fellas. Oh, it's 3D. Very cool. Instantly chilled. Just see my face and you're frozen. So you gotta be careful. I gotta be careful with reflections, because if anyone makes eye contact with me, I'm like the Gorgon, except I freeze you solid. Just too beautiful. I stun you all. So I've gotta make sure you can't see my face in the reflection of a bottle. Which, let's be honest, is probably something you can find if you try hard enough. I'm not exactly perfect at it. But yes. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Who knows what I'm going to do, though? Yeah, maybe this year we'll do some more cocktail stuff on stream instead of before stream and that sort of thing. Maybe we'll have some fun making some interesting looking cocktails. I do want to make some more original cocktails. I've always wanted to like make some cocktails that are like based on certain concepts maybe. Like I used to do a few of those back in the day, but it might be fun to do it now. It might be fun to do some these days. I don't know, pick a concept and make a drink for it. It's just been a long time since I've tried to do something like that. But I'll need a second camera. I can't do it with this one. I'll need a tripod and a second camera. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Have to see. Alright, so next stream, I think. What are we feeling? Next stream, we've got two ideas. Either we start, we'll see about that. Indeed, we will. I'd like to make some more cocktail stuff. And show off, like, the interesting bottles I've found. Now, I'd love to be able to show off all the bottles I've collected since I've come to Japan. Especially since I've got this bar. I've got a bar! I want to be able to use my goddamn bar! I have one! It's there! I have a bar! I can see it! It's right over there! A bar with 2 bar stools. It's right there. Anyway, that's the problem. It's just right there. I could do it. Anyway, next stream. We've got a few choices. Fear. The Fear series, which I was talking about earlier in the stream. Fear. First encounter assault recon. The worst backronym in existence. That's one choice of game. We have Nari Kimura, which is like probably a single stream length Unreal Engine horror game, Japanese horror game, or Subnautica, as Tiberian told me to go buy because it was on sale. So we've got our 3 choices. Can I make them? I vote Subnautica, of course. What's everyone feeling? Subnautica, Kimura, or Fear? Or Fear. Subnautica is a really good game. How about Psychopump? It's free. No, I gave you 3 choices, J-Hank. I gave you 3 choices. Choose one. Stop trying to be your own cool person. I'm sure we'll get to Psychopump. It's a Psychopump too? You didn't count on my ace. Yeah, because you added that to the deck.
La PlayStation 2.
I choose the second one. What did I say? Subnautica. There's 2 Psychopumps. Weird. Subnautica, Nari Kimura, and Fear. So you choose. So we got 3 votes for Subnautica and 1 vote for Nari Kimura. Thank you for choosing Nari Kimura. But I suppose it'll be Subnautica next then. Alright. I suppose we'll have to do it. I don't know the second one. It was just a cheap horror game, Japanese-based horror game that I found for like 700 yen. Sort of in line with the sort of Chiller's Art people. Not Chiller's Art, but could be like Charizard. Yeah? Anyway, it seems very much so that Subnautica has been chosen. Can you spell it? Sure. Naribikimura. That went to Twitch. Oh, and both of them. It. Oh, you son of a bitch, Tiberian. I should have done it. God damn it. Oh, Tiberian, I'm such a failure of an uncle. How couldn't I realize I should have done that joke? Thank you, Tiberian, for rescuing me, but god damn it. Why didn't I think of that? I'm too helpful. I'm too helpful. God damn it. Shit. Bastard. Cunt. Sorry. Sorry, the Australian came out for a moment there. That is essentially my list of... If you ask me, or if I, like, really get that sort of, like, swearing feeling, I always do that order. I go, shit, bastard, cunt. That's always, I go, fuck, shit, bastard. That's the 4 lines. That is the 4... Not on Steam, I say. No? It has to be on Steam. I fucking bought it on Steam. Naribikimura. No, I'm right. Maybe it's only in Japan. Oh, it might only be in Japan. Yeah, it might only be in Japan, actually. Might be one of those things. Exclamation Rhymes, Uncharted Village of Naribiki. Why are you using the whole thing? I don't know. I don't know why he uses the whole thing. Because you're the 3rd J-Hank, for some reason. Does that mean you've been replaced twice before? The original J-Hank has disappeared and now he's been replaced twice with 2 clones of J-Hank? You've been replaced twice. This is the 3rd iteration of J-Hank. Scion of the PlayStation 2. You ran out of space on the memory card. You ran out of space on the memory card. Had to change memory cards. Very funny. Otherwise, yes. So, I'll install Subnautica. That's what we'll do tomorrow. If I don't end up going out drinking tonight, I'll tell you. I'll probably make the stream, but the stream may end up being delayed tomorrow if I go out drinking. But we'll do Subnautica tomorrow. So, how I feel, we'll do 1 or 2 streams of Subnautica, and then we'll jump into Fear, I think. Fear is pretty short, though I suspect Subnautica will be a bit longer. So we might be, like, sort of doing Subnautica, like, once a week or so, considering how... I don't know how long Subnautica is. Like, considering I've never played it before, I know, sort of, what I'm doing. It'll be interesting. It'll be the first time. New things already. Oh, this will be the first time I'm doing one of these more open-ended games on stream. Is it short? Never played it. What? Fear? Or Subnautica? Subnautica is not short. It can be as long as you want. Yeah, so it's the first time I think I'm going to be playing one of those sort of games. You know, I've never played a Minecraft on stream, or an Animal Crossing, or XYZ. That sort of, like, more chill base builder exploration games. So, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Fear is only like 10 hours long, as many 2000s video games are. as many PlayStation many of those games, especially shooters were. They're always like, weirdly enough, like 6 to 10 hours. I don't know why that's always so specifically how long they are, but hey, it really feels like they really were short games, weren't they? Anyway, we'll do that. Yes, I'm ignoring Claire Obscure. I'm never gonna play that game. I'll probably end up playing it on like over summer when I have time. To sort of really blitz a game. If I have time over summer to really blitz a game. Doesn't matter. Point is, we'll probably jump into Fear, Subnautica. And we'll see how long that takes. Technically, I also have the Wizard game. I don't know why I have the Wizard game. Do I have the Wizard game? No, I don't. No, I don't have the Wizard game. I thought I had the Wizard game. I did not have the Wizard game. Anyway. Yeah, so that's what we're doing tomorrow, I think. And with that, I am really sleepy. So I think, with a promise, I'll be back tomorrow. Because it was free a few weeks ago. Oh, that's where I have the Wizard game. You're right, I do have the Wizard game, but not on Steam, on Epic. You're right, Tiberian. You're right. I do have the Wizard game. You're right. You're right. I was looking in the wrong place. Oh, Total War 3 Kingdoms is free right now. Yeah, I love myself a 3 Kingdoms game. Yes. Give me that Total War 3 Kingdoms game. God, the goddamn Dynasty Warriors movie was so funny. Truly one of the funniest things I've ever watched. If you've ever played Dynasty Warriors and you want to watch a really, really shit movie, then watch the Dynasty Warriors movie. It's so good. Didn't feel like still calling Epic Games just to it. I kept forgetting Epic Games existed. But I did remember eventually. Wildgate. What's that? EVPVE. So do I. So does everyone, I suspect. Except for those people who play Fortnite. Why do they have an Unreal Engine tab on Epic Games Launcher? Damn. I can go on Epic Games and steal people's 3D models for my Chinese video game. Eversoul says I Fallout 3 in New Vegas in that store. That's a game I've got to play. New Vegas. Maybe we should do a challenge run of New Vegas. That could be good. I wonder what kind of New Vegas challenge runs we could do. We'll see. Also, the Guardians of the Galaxy game and Ghost Tokyo. I feel like Ghostwire Tokyo is only fun because of the sort of connection I had to it personally, and like the things I knew about it personally. Punching only? We'll have to see. Might be the challenge run of this year, considering that's something I wanted to do. I wanted to do a challenge run. And I was thinking of doing the Elden Ring randomizer. That's always good. Elden Ring randomizer is always fun. So that's always a choice. The Elden Ring randomizer. Or a New Vegas run. Could be good. Could be good. It'd have to be a time where I have some time to sort of focus on challenge. Sorry. God, it's been a long time since that's happened. Ooh. Ow. Shit. Ow. Oh. Ouch. Fucking hell. Cunt. Bitch. Fuck. Oh. Sorry. That took me by surprise. It hurt, but ooh. That shocked me, sorry. It's been a long time since I've had that problem. Oh. For years. When I was a child. And occasionally off and on throughout my adulthood. I have like really shitty nerves in my ribs. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's from my back. My whole life, my back's not been very good, let's be honest. I can breathe again. Sorry. God, that shocked me. Oh my goodness. That really surprised me. It stunned me. God, it's so much pain. But essentially, occasionally, sorry, it's just hard. It's completely disorganized my thought process. It's like being punched in the middle of a bar. It's like when you're walking random and somebody punches you in the face. Makes you sort of scared to breathe for a while. So essentially, occasionally, throughout my life, I would have, when I'd be breathing, it'd be like someone stabs me in the ribs with like a hot needle. Right in the wrist. But it's not just a stab, it's like partway between a really sharp stabbing pain and like a cramp, like paralyzation. I can't tell if it's the pain that paralyzes me for a moment, or it's the actual effect of whatever nerve or something that's getting set off. But essentially between my ribs, often on my left side, because my left side fucking hates me. But it can happen to my right too. Essentially my lung will be paralyzed for a moment. And it'll be like this sharp pain. Usually only like a fraction of a second. But it'll stun me. And I won't be able to breathe properly because occasionally it'll keep going where if I fill my lungs, it'll sting again. But essentially it's like a needle. Single point needle in between the ribs. And the doctor years ago just said it might have been a nerve thing. We don't know where it comes from. It's probably from my back, as my back is always a problem. But essentially it's almost, imagine like your ribs being pushed together. It's weird. It's as if your rib has pinched a nerve. It's the whole thing. And it's sharp, and it's sudden, and it makes it hard to breathe. For a moment. Just for a moment. Wow, it's actually been a really, really long time since I've had one. It's gotta have been... Can't remember the last... Probably close to half a decade since I've had that before. Jesus. You know, I don't know how I've lived as long as I have, to be honest. It's a shock. My body feels held together by fucking duct tape and prayer. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, no, it's just something that happens. It's like when I get my neck decides it's not going to work anymore and I spend my whole day like this. Because the muscle group in my neck and my shoulder is just cramped and I can't move. This one's different. I think it's to do with my back, though. Ugh. My back is a bit sore today. I don't have scoliosis, if anyone's thinking. I've just got shit nerves. I've always had terrible nerves. It's to counterbalance my mental nerves. I've got good nerves. But I've got terrible nerves. You know, I've got nerves of steel, but not physical nerves of steel. I'm very unflattered, so my body has to make up for it by stabbing me randomly for no reason. Yeah, oof, it's been a while since I've had that pinched nerve in the ribs. Really surprised me. I haven't had it for so long. It shocked me. I forgot it existed for the longest time. Ow. Ow. It feels like to be honest. This is not actually something that I've had because of my age. I've had this since I was a teenager. Doctors don't know what it is. But then again, the doctors don't know what are the most of the problems our family has. We're just decrepit. The Winters family. Extremely confident. Extremely intelligent. Handsome. Beautiful. The greatest gift to God's earth. But God, our bodies just fucked. We've got terrible bodies. And probably because of our extreme intelligence and handsomeness, we're also probably not the most mentally stable group of people, but pretty good. We do well. One of my nieces said our family is cursed. she's like, I'm never gonna have kids because I swear my kids are gonna have some wild problems because our family has some interesting problems. I've had heart problems before. Oh, my mother had heart problems and no one could figure out what they were. In her old age, she developed a heart condition and no one could figure out what the fuck was actually happening. Everything seemed to be working well, but they couldn't figure out why. It was a whole thing. We just like to be exciting in the Winters clan. We just love to be exciting. Keep things interesting for the doctors, you know? I have to book a doctor's appointment. Oh well. We'll get to it. Anyway, with that exciting, I think we'll finish. With that exciting life, I think we'll finish. Maybe I'll go for a walk or something, do some stretches. God damn. Ouchie, ouchie, ouchie. That really hurt. It's not even hurt that for that long. It's like a fraction of a second. It just stuns you. It's so blindingly painful for a moment. It's like being blindsided by a 3rd-degree burn. Anyway. See you, Jet, and remember, have a happy 2026, or at least one that isn't as bad as Elise. I'll try. Thanks for the stream, and Happy New Year. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for your New Year's wishes. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu, everyone. As always, good night, sweet dreams, and fulfill your 2026 dreams. Yeah! Happy 2026, everyone. I will see you tomorrow. The Subnautica, the first game of the year. Goodbye. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Oko kara yoroshiku onegai shimasu. From here on out, let's work together. See you next time.